and they don't really like me. Cause I can fuck your bitch and fuck your mom and auntie.
If we're gonna talk about 4chan, first we have to know exactly what 4chan is. Loading up 4chan.org, you get a notice explaining exactly that. 4chan is a simple image-based bulletin board where anyone can post comments and share images. Users do not need to register an account before participating in the community. 4chan was created on October 3rd, 2003 by Christopher Poole, aka Moot. The website began as a place to talk about anime and manga. Fast forward to 2021, and the website has a reputation for some of the worst people on the internet. Hackers, white supremacists, racists, people that create hoaxes for fun, and so much more. But most of all, incels. Today, we will be talking about the disturbing world of 4chan criminals. Anyway, so for today's video, we're going to be going over 5 4chan criminals. These are not in any order, like if they're like best to worst, which would be weird. I wouldn't name it that. But yeah, it's in no order. Make sure to go grab a glass of water and hydrate yourself. Let's get started with the video. Bianca Devins. I guess this one just hits different due to how recent it was and how young Bianca was. So first I want to cover the details of the case, and then we'll talk about the rumors that happened after she passed away. So it's 2019 in Utica, New York, and Bianca Devins is a 17-year-old girl who would frequently visit websites such as 4chan and would hang out in the image boards known as Robot 9001, Cams and Meetups, and Fashion. And she would also use Discord to make online friends. She would use both, basically. She had anxiety, which limited her from making friends in person. Due to being a girl, she stood out in these male-dominated spaces. Not only was she a girl, but she had this alternative look, which a lot of people like. She began obtaining orbiters. The best way I can explain what an orbiter is basically an obsessed simp. Guys that orbit around girls and obsess over them. One of these orbiters, which she thought was her friend, his name was Brandon Clark, who at the time was 21. This man was, and still is, the definition of an incel. I would like to read this piece from HuffPost to provide some more context. Claire, 19, said she started talking with Bianca 2 years ago. They bonded over their experience with older, abusive men on 4chan. They had both started using the site at a young age, when they were lonely and looking for friends. What happened next was textbook, Claire said. They attracted men who wanted young, quote, innocent girls to obsess over. As soon as the girls did anything to break that image, like find a boyfriend or have sex, the spell was broken, and the men would retaliate, using anything they had to hurt them, including posting intimate photos of them or their chat logs without permission. So
that is so fucking weird.
Men who have never had a female's attention, so they retaliate when things don't go their way. Anyway, let's continue with the story. Brandon invited Bianca to a concert, and she agreed to go. Her mother met Brandon, and it seemed he was a nice average guy, so she let her daughter make plans with him. On July 14th, 2019, they went to the concert, and while there, Bianca recognized another online friend who was named Alex. She actually was the person that invited him. It seems she was more interested in Alex than in Brandon, and at one point, Brandon goes to get something from his car. However, when returning, he saw Bianca and Alex sharing a kiss. After this, his mood changed for the worse, and he was her ride home. A few moments later, an image of Bianca with her throat slit open was posted onto a Discord server she was in with the caption, "Sorry, you're gonna have to find someone else to orbit." People in the server were worried as to if it was her or just a random image from Google. Someone reverse image searched it and found nothing. There was reportedly also a video of the murder, which I initially thought was a rumor, but after doing my research, there 100% was a video, and I don't know if that's ever been released to the public, but not that I want to watch it, but I've never seen it. Seen the images, but I've never seen the video. So I'm assuming someone asked Brandon where he was, or something along those lines, because in this next screenshot, we see Brandon say this: "My car. I f Bianca, dumbass. Anyways, remember to subscribe to PewDiePie."
Are you
also,
serious?
To the Alex with the Chinese username.
Did this nigga just really like plug PewDiePie after he just slit some girl's throat? Huh?
Hope it was worth it.
What's
she was
this
gonna
plot?
Go home today. Why did he have to bring PewDiePie into it?
Right, like
I remember when the whole meme was going on, subscribe to PewDiePie, but like, ew. I'm sure he probably said it because that's what the Christchurch shooter said before going on a killing spree, which we will talk about later in this video. Then Brandon began posting on his Instagram story and Snapchat. I'm not going to show the images, but I'll read the captions attached to them. "I'm sorry, Bianca. Here comes hell. It's redemption, right? Thanks to everybody who was good to me. I'll miss you all. I'm sorry, Bianca."
You know what? I kind of remember seeing
eventually Utica
some pictures
got a
like
phone
this. I
call
think I
from
heard
Brandon
about this.
himself, stating this:
911, what is the emergency?
My name is Brandon.
The victim is Bianca Michelle Devins. I'm going to myself.
Just stay on the line with me, okay?
No, I'm not going to stay in line with you. I'm going to be dead on the ground.
When police arrived, they found a pit of fire with Brandon's laptop in it, a tarp, and Brandon attempting to commit with a knife in his neck. He failed doing so, but under the tarp was Bianca's lifeless body. Brandon has been sentenced to 25 years to life in prison. If he was burning his laptop, bro, who knows what could have been in that laptop. So now let's get on to the rumors that started popping up after her death. So if you were on the internet throughout 2019, which I figure a lot of you were, I'm sure you remember this story. But shortly after the images appeared on Discord, they began circulating on Twitter, Instagram, and 4chan. Horrible people would post those images of Bianca on Instagram and tag her accounts in the pictures. Not only this, but scummy Instagram meme pages would self-promote under her last picture, saying they have the pictures, so request to follow them. Instagram even stated that they knew about that specific image and were handling banning it altogether. Don't even get me started on the reaction on 4chan. Incels on 4chan began praising Brandon and claiming he was a hero. But why? Not only are they incels, but what I'm going to say here, again, I'm not saying it's facts, I'm saying these are rumors, because I know there's a lot of controversy when talking about the Bianca Devins case, because it's mainly the 4chaners that get mad at this. But let me continue. Rumors began circulating that Bianca would use guys, aka her orbiters, for drugs and overall attention. These are some screenshots of apparently her accounts. Regarding those rumors, her mother had this to say about it. The things people are saying about Bianca isn't even true. There are screenshots of things Bianca supposedly said to people, but it wasn't actually Bianca, and I have proof. The person that used to impersonate Bianca admitted it. I don't understand what these sick people get out of leaving vile comments on someone's page.
Yeah,
why don't they have better things to do with their lives? And let's just say those
shit.
rumors were true. Yeah, she could have been a shitty person, but she did not deserve death. Especially in that way. And the fact that she's a child, or was a child? Did you guys know that shortly after her death, those images were being spam sent to her family? I'm talking about her mother, her sister, her grandpa, her cousins. They were just getting spam sent that image of Bianca's lifeless body. The mom says that till this day, they still get those images in their inboxes. There's a lot more to the story. I watched an entire documentary.
That is so fucked
up. If you want to get more info about this, the documentary is by 48 Hours. I believe that's the company. I'll try to end this story off on a good note. The only positive thing I could find out about this story is that her Instagram is now being spam tagged with loving photos, and her comments are also being spammed with heart emojis, though some idiots slip through the cracks. But yeah, rest in peace.
Smoking on Bianca, bro, come on, dog.
David Kalak. Turns out it's way harder to strangle someone to death than it looks in the movies.
People is just fucking
because those
weird.
People aren't acting. She fought so damn hard. Check the news for Port Orchard, Washington in a few hours.
Evil
Her
as
son will be
shit.
home from school soon. He'll find her, then call the cops. I just wanted to share the pics before they find me. I bought a BB gun that looks realistic enough. When they come, I'll put it and it will be by cop. I understand the doubts. Just check the news. I have to lose my phone now. David Kalak, also known as the 4chan murderer, was a 33-year-old man from Washington who murdered his girlfriend by strangulation and then proceeded to post the images on 4chan for other incels to react to. This happened in 2014, by the way. He posted the images to a room dedicated to celebrity nudes and ex-girlfriend nudes. So it's no doubt this dude was looking for a reaction, considering the woman in the pictures was naked in the photos. David's plan was to murder his girlfriend, pretend to have a real weapon, then be killed by a police officer, aka by cop. He knew her 13-year-old son would find her body after coming home from school, and that's exactly what happened. Oh my god. That means he saw her naked and dead. Jesus Christ. Okay. Just about the time the killer was posting these words, the 13-year-old son of 30-year-old Amber Lynn Copland was arriving home from school in Port Orchard, Washington. He saw his mother on the couch and figured she was sleeping, but then he became alarmed. He summoned his father, who does not reside there. The father hurried over and called 911 at 3:32 p.m. The police and the paramedics found the mother beyond saving. Somebody had rifled through her purse and placed her driver's license beside her head, with a word scribbled across it, dead. More words were written on a picture that hung on a wall. She killed me first. A third message was on a window blind. Bad news. Kalak was sentenced to 82 years in prison. Let's be honest, he's gonna die in there considering he entered when he was 33 years old. Nah, yeah, okay, I don't like the story at all, dude. Like, the trauma for the kid. He has to be mentally
bro.
Imagine coming home from school, then seeing that, and then, dude, the hatred he has to have for that man, too.
That is really fucked up.
Brenton Tarrant, otherwise known as the Christchurch mosque shooter. On March 15, 2019, 2 consecutive mass shootings occurred at mosques in Christchurch, New Zealand during Friday prayer. The attack was carried out by a single gunman who entered both mosques, killing 51 people and injuring 40. Brenton Harrison Tarrant, a 28-year-old man from Grafton, New South Wales, Australia, was arrested shortly afterward. He was described in media reports as a white supremacist and part of the alt-right. He even live-streamed the first shooting on Facebook, and prior to the attack had published an online manifesto onto the image board known as 8chan under the politically incorrect room, which is where a lot of racist conversations take place. 8chan is essentially a copy of 4chan under different management. It promotes itself as the free speech friendly 4chan alternative, aka I can be racist and I can post illegal images here and you can't get mad at me, right? We're on 8chan, not 4chan. Yeah. Basically, 8chan just takes a far more extreme view of freedom of speech. That's it. The 8chan post read, "Well lads, it's time to stop shit posting and time to make a real life effort post. I will carry out an attack against the invaders and will even live stream the attack via Facebook. The Facebook link is below. By the time you read this, I should be going live. It's been a long ride and despite all your rampant fecklessness and degeneracy, you are all top blokes and the best bunch of cobbers a man could ask for. I have provided links to my writings below. Please do your part by spreading my message, making memes, and shitposting as you usually do. If I don't survive the attack, goodbye. God bless, and I will see you all in Valhalla." By the way, I'm not straight. I do like guys and girls. I know this is so random to say, but I feel like someone's gonna try to cancel me for saying fat. I'm still gonna censor it just because it's YouTube. Yeah, don't try to cancel me for saying fat when people call me that every day because of my sexuality. Don't cancel me, guys. Speaking of the LGBT, I'm bisexual. All right, so this is the first time I say it on my channel. All right, so friends and family that are watching this channel, I fucking like guys and I like girls too. During the shooting, Brenton can be heard saying, "Subscribe to PewDiePie." PewDiePie reacted shortly after on Twitter, expressing his disappointment and condolences to the families. A month later, PewDiePie officially ended the meme. Just for context, in case anyone doesn't know, in 2019, there was a huge meme, "Subscribe to PewDiePie," because T-Series was about to pass up PewDiePie, and you know, everyone just didn't want a corporation to be the #1 subscribed YouTube channel, so everyone was pushing for PewDiePie to be the most subscribed channel. It's not the case anymore. It started off as a wholesome meme, but you know, a few degenerates come with all the millions of people that were trying to push for it. Brenton Tarrant was sentenced in August to jail for life without parole for the murder of 51 people and attempted murder of 40 others, marking this the worst mass shooting in the country's history. Eric Clanton. In April of 2017, a clash between pro-Trump supporters and anti-fascist counter-protesters, known as Antifa, unfolded at a Patriots Day rally in Berkeley, attended by roughly 1,000 people. A video surfaced where a Trump supporter gets hit hard in the head by a masked man with a bike lock. And I mean, he hits this dude so hard in the head that his head just starts bleeding instantly right when he gets hit. The man that got hit ultimately needed stitches. So the guy that got hit was a Trump supporter, and our friends over at Politically Incorrect did not like this one bit. These users dedicated their lives to finding out the masked man who hit the Trump supporter and demanded that he get charged. I'll play this clip by internet historian who describes it perfectly and simply.
During the night, Paul was working busily. They saw what had happened and they were outraged by it. They unholstered their autism and aimed it squarely at the masked man. The hunt was on. They broke down every bit of footage they could. They compiled it all. They found this man who matched every detail. Let's break down the clues. Shoes, match. Eyes.
Let's enhance it.
Blue, match. Glasses, match. Height, approximately 15 Starbucks ventis. That's a match. They started superimposing his face to confirm. Match. Next, they would start compiling information. His social media, address, phone number, employment.
I don't want to play too much of his video, but it will be linked down in the description below. So yeah, these 4chan users doxed him, and I'm not defending him. He literally assaulted someone. You need to be charged for that. Doesn't matter what your political views are. You're a human harming another human. But isn't it insane that they literally found his address and everything from this image? What? 4chan users are on another level. Move over, Discord mods, cause y'all got nothing on 4chan users. Clanton was sentenced to 3 years probation. Rueben Braithwaite. Okay, so for this segment, I'm going to read an article. The reason I'm going to read it from an article is because there are a lot of quotes, and I don't want to paraphrase that, so I'd just rather read straight from the article. I just want to give credit that this was written by Jason Evans, and it's on the website Wales Online. Rueben Braithwaite was 12 years old when he went to live with his dad and stepmom, Fiona Scorfield, at Broadmoor Farm in 2013. She loved him, took good care of him, and was a great believer in him and wanted him to go to university. But 5 years after she took him into her home, Braithwaite would return from school, lure her out of her farmhouse, and cold-heartedly murder her with an axe and a samurai sword.
Jesus
Desensitized through his
fucking
apparent fascination with
Christ!
gore-filled images on American website 4chan, the teenager had watched her blood drain out of her before calling police. He would later tell officers that he was, quote, convinced he had to do it, and that his motivation was to shock people, to change my life. I just wanted her dead so I could have a life. I'm just fed up, he told officers. The full horrific details of this monstrous crime can be reported for the first time after Braithwaite was jailed for life with a minimum of 15 years. At Swansea Court on Friday, sentencing Judge Mr. Justice Picken was told that in the 12 months before the murder, he had become fascinated with online material about mass killings, suicides, and beheadings, and spent a good deal of time viewing such material. After the killing, he would try to upload the images of his dying stepmom onto the site, but the uploads failed as he was already banned. Police recovered more graphic videos from his phone depicting road traffic accidents and mutilated bodies. The boy said he had become desensitized to gore and was used to seeing blood. So basically, this kid lured his stepmom outside of the farm and said there was an injured cat outside, and when she was outside, he knocked her out with an axe.
Bro, these niggas in this video are fucked up individuals, bro.
Not the sharp side, but he knocked her out
like
with the
every
axe,
single
and when she
last
was
one
knocked
of
out,
them.
he then sliced her neck with a samurai sword that his dad had under his bed, and then he waited for all the blood to drain out and then called 999, which is the authorities in the United Kingdom, and admitted to what he did. He's been in jail ever since. The judge even said, like, I just feel so bad for the father because you lost two people you love, technically. Your son, which is now going to spend the rest of his life in prison, and your wife. I swear, like, every person I named in this video is legitimately going to hell. Maybe not the bike lock dude. He didn't really kill anyone, but yeah, I just want to say rest in peace to everyone that I have spoken about in this video, and my condolences go out to their families.
All
If
them
you guys
niggas
thought
is
this
going
was
to
a
the
quality
fucking
video,
ether.